Hey guys, it's appleminte. Welcome back again to my channel. I'm sorry if you hear a little bit of a humming noise in the background. I have a heater on and it's just a smidge loud, but please try to ignore that. Anyway, if you're reading the title of today's video, I have hit 500,000 subscribers, and honestly, I did not think I was even gonna pass 100,000 years ago. I started my YouTube channel about 4 years ago, but it didn't start to pick up till like a little over 3. So I did not expect to be where I am today, to actually have a career in art and doing what I love full time. And I only have you guys and everybody that supports me to thank for that. So thank you so much. And that is why I wanted to do a Q&A video today, because a lot of you guys always ask me questions. Sometimes I take questions in the comments, sometimes I take them in like live streams, but I've never actually done a full proper Q&A video. So I asked you guys to send me some questions. I opened up a Google form the other day and I had, I think over 400 or 500 questions come through. A lot of you guys asked some of the same questions, so I'm gonna condense those and try to answer some of the most popular questions I was seeing pop up a lot. So this first question comes from somebody named Koa, and it is, did you go to an art college and how important would you say it is? I did not major in art in college. I actually double majored in marketing and psychology. So I was primarily a business and sciences student, but I always knew I wanted to do something with art, but I figured that it wouldn't be something that I could make money off of, at least not at the time that I was in school. So I worked on art alongside of school, but it was really just a hobby and something I did for fun. I had an Instagram. I just started a YouTube channel toward the end of my schooling, and I was just doing it, putting it out there and just hoping for people to see my art, but it was really just for fun. In terms of how important I would say it is, I didn't go, so I can't say what an art school education would give you. I would definitely say it's not a necessity, because there are a lot of self-made artists that I know are very successful, but I would say that it definitely gives you structure and a foundation of some skills. I think if you're somebody who's disciplined in teaching yourself new skills and pushing yourself to learn and sticking to deadlines, I think that's something that art school would help you with, but I personally don't think it's a necessity. Galactic Oceans asks, what kind of hobbies other than art do you have? When I'm not drawing, I love playing video games, specifically on my PS4, my Nintendo Switch, and my PC. If I had to pick a favorite video game, it's always really hard to pick favorites, but I think I would choose The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn. Mihika asks, when did you get into art? I've always been drawing since I was a little kid, but I got more into like the anime-esque style when I was around 10 or 11 years old. Official Kasuo Saiki, that's a long name, asks, just wanted to say hello first. My question is, do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? I have never seen you mention a significant other before. I actually have a fiance and his name is Ryan, and I used to have a video or two with him on my channel. I think there might be something with him in it still on my channel, like a old convention vlog, but yeah, I don't really talk about my personal life very much. If you're on my Discord server, you'll know that Ryan is part of that, and I know a lot of you guys on the Discord server like to talk to him when he shows up once in a while. But yeah, we are getting married this year, so hopefully everything goes well with, you know, the world up in flames. That reminds me, I saw a question by somebody who asked what year of high school I was in, and I'm like, I've been out of college for like 4 years. I'm 25 and I'm getting married. I'm not in high school. Abby asks, your house is on fire. Pick 3 items you would take. I would take my iPad, my laptop, and Nintendo Switch, art supplies, both. And there goes the heater back on. The silence was nice while it lasted. Ria asks, why'd you name your channel Appleminte? I get this question so much because I think it's just not a regular name, it's just kind of random, but I think that's what a lot of people's aliases online are, which is just kind of random, and that's pretty much why I chose my name, because years ago when I was playing an MMORPG, I wanted to give my character a cute name, and so I picked a cute food or fruit, whatever, and then I decided to pick some other food herb that sounded cute, and I put apple and mint together, and technically apple mint is also a leaf, or an herb I should say. So it kind of works. I didn't pick it because of that, but then I learned that it was actually a thing later. And then when I was choosing a name for my YouTube channel and for my Instagram, I went with apple mint because I thought it sounded cute still. Do I regret picking that name? Maybe I would have picked something more with like lemon or honey or something a little bit more, you know, reflecting of what I actually like, which is like, I love everything lemon. So, but apple mint, you know, that's my brand, so it is what it is. Priscilla from Instagram asks, how do you grow faster as an artist on social media? There is no answer to that really, other than just post consistently and continue to improve your craft really. I mean, a lot of people ask this question thinking that there's some magic formula that's gonna get them really popular online, but there really isn't. The truth is that the algorithms that YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and whatever it is use, they all vary, and they're all based on really dumb things sometimes. Sometimes you just have to get lucky, and other times it's about consistency. There's no answer to that question. Sorry. This question is similar, and Locate asks, as one myself, what could you say that would help any small YouTubers who are starting out that want to grow and become better? Again, I would say mostly practicing every day, practicing and improving your skill, and putting content out there that you genuinely love, and posting as consistently as you can or as often as you can. That's usually good for social media algorithms in general. Again, there is no guarantee with that. There is no actual method of, you know, growing your channel, but because I know some people that have been on the platform for, you know, 5 to 10 years and haven't gotten off the ground. I know other people that have just joined in the past year and their channel or their Instagram page has skyrocketed. It really just depends on what you're putting out there. Do you have passion behind what you're doing? Are you consistent with it? There's no real answer to this kind of stuff, but just practice and hone your craft. Shiori asks, what is one art supply you cannot live without? I think that's obvious. It's my alcohol markers. My favorite traditional medium to create art with. If I did not have alcohol-based markers, I don't think I would be creating as much traditional art. It's just my favorite thing to color with. That Demon from my Discord server, hi, asks, did you ever want to give up or quit YouTube? Was it ever too hard? Did you ever think that you were unmotivated and you were never gonna reach your goal? So yeah, actually, that's happened a lot. I had that kind of feeling earlier this year, like when the pandemic hit. A lot of YouTube revenue went way down for a lot of creators, and also a lot of my traction, like in terms of my views, went down this year. And it was really disappointing for me to see because I was on an uptrend for a while, and then all of a sudden like things just kind of died. And so I didn't know why it happened, but I understand the algorithm is usually mostly to blame for that kind of thing. So I have had those times where I was feeling really unmotivated, but what gets me through it is the people that watch my videos and leave comments and talk about how they were inspired, or, you know, how much they liked what I drew, or how it brightened their day. Like, I am aware I am not, you know, the most amazing artist on the platform. There's a lot of great artists out there, but I do get really happy when people say that what I do is inspiring them or making them happy in some way. And like, that's really my goal, is to just share art and things that make people happy. And something that also really motivates me is my online store and my pin club, and those are things that, like, I've always wanted to own a business, so those are things that keep me going because those are on the uptrend. So everything all together keeps me motivated, but I definitely have those times where I feel just like trash about what I'm putting out there and just how things are going. Princess4674 asks, what was your dream job or career before YouTube? I've always wanted to own my own business, actually. So I knew I wanted to do something with art. So this really is my dream job. Before I was doing YouTube full time, I actually worked a few different jobs. I had a job in management, and then I had a few marketing jobs. But my most recent marketing job that I had, it was full time, and the reason that I ended up leaving it was because the company wasn't doing so well financially, so they had to let a lot of people go. And I was one of those layoffs, unfortunately. It wasn't a firing, they just couldn't afford to keep me around, so that was a really hard day. But at that time, I was already working on my YouTube channel on the side, and I had just started an online store. This was back in 2018, like August. And so because I was already, let go, I decided to just put my all into my YouTube channel and give it a chance and try doing it full time. And ever since then, I've been doing it full time. The YouTube channel was able to grow. My store and my business has been growing a lot in the past 2 years. And I'm just really happy with where I am right now. So yeah, this is my dream job pretty much. I just hope to keep my business growing and to keep doing what I love. Blue Panda asks, where are you from, or what is your background? My whole family is very Italian, so yeah, we are from central Italy. My grandparents all moved to the US when they were in their 20s, and so my family is very Italian. A lot of them speak Italian. I don't speak it perfectly. I'm just not very good at Italian, but I understand most of the language. So if you speak to me in Italian, I can understand you. I just won't be able to speak to you back very coherently. Toga-chan asks, who is your current favorite artist or your biggest inspiration? I have a lot of artists that I follow, and a lot of people ask me this question, and it's really hard to answer because I'm the type of person that just doesn't choose favorites very easily. But one of the artists that I really love is Loish, and I think a lot of people use Loish as one of their main inspirations. I just love what she does, and I've been following her since I was, I don't know, in high school maybe. So it's been quite a long time. But yeah, I've always admired her work and her work ethic, and just everything she does is really beautiful. So she's one of my biggest She's one of my biggest She's one of my biggest inspirations. I don't know why I can't say that word. Alice Spades asks, can you rely on YouTube as a full-time job? This question has a lot of varying answers, but the answer is yes and no. It really depends on how big your viewer base is on YouTube. Most of the money from YouTube comes from ad revenue, which is dictated by how many views you get and how many clicks or views of the ads that you get. But the other part of making money from YouTube comes from sponsorships from various companies, and that's where a lot of creators also make their money. If you want my advice though, I don't recommend solely rely on YouTube unless you have a really big channel, because YouTube is very variable. One day you can be doing phenomenally, and the next day it's not happening. So I would say you should vary your income revenue sources. So for me, I have my YouTube channel, but I also have a Patreon pin club that's monthly income there. And then I have my online store, which is more income. And I also do Kickstarter projects for new products and various things like that. So I have a lot of different ways that I make my yearly income. So I would definitely recommend varying your income streams. Even if you do make a decent amount from YouTube, it might be smart to look into building some other things, just so you're not magically screwed one day if something happens with your channel or something happens with YouTube even. This question is more about owning an online store or business in that sense. And Queen asks, was it a difficult process to open your shop, or basically starting a business? And any advice for people who want to open a shop like yours? I would say that my store was something that was really small when it began, and then slowly started growing. Every year it's been, getting bigger and bigger. I've had more products every year. I have more people noticing my store and more people finding me. And while I tell you guys about my online store, most of the people that actually find me is through my alternate Instagram account, which I decided to make 2 years ago. I have my regular appleminte Instagram with 2 eyes, and then I have appleminte shop, which I created 2 years ago to be the Instagram account where I post everything about my store. I didn't want people coming to my regular Instagram and then being bombarded with things about my store, so I decided to make a separate account for people who are interested in pins and keychains and prints and everything that has to do with I make, like my Ita bags as well, and my new projects. So building a store is something that takes a lot of time, but as you go on and time passes and you continue to take the leap and try different products or gauge what people want to see, you start to build up your customer base. So really, a lot of these things just take time. Starting a business does not just happen overnight. Of course, it's never guaranteed. You could pour your soul into something for a long time, but if it's not what people want to see or people don't care about it, then maybe that just doesn't work out. But I really think that as long as you're passionate, you have a good shot of getting somewhere with what you want to do. Anyway, I hope I answered a lot of your questions. I picked ones that I saw a lot of people asking for the most part. But seriously guys, thank you so much for sticking around with me for the past 3 years or so and for getting me to 500,000 subscribers. It's really, really crazy. That's 500,000 random people watching me draw every week. It's a big number. But as always, I have all of my links in the description box below. I have the link to my online store, as I talked about before, my Patreon pin club, and my Discord server, which is 13+, as well as my Instagram accounts. So go check all that out in the description below. And if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me that I didn't get to in today's video, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer a few of them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting me and for watching today's video, and I will see you guys all next Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time as always. Bye! There's a bin under this table and I just kicked it. Okay, bye!